Wait a minute, what's this about? Imagination. What can I do with imagination? Well, whatever I want to. So can you. It's a fact that in our imagination, every thought awaits for us to think so that we can increase our quality of life. But it's up to us to harness our own imagination. Hopefully, this will help. No single source has contributed more to humanity than humanity's ability to imagine. Everything we see, everything we touch, anything we are involved in or do, all spring forth from the abundant well of imagination. Some have said that imagination is the portal to all that there is and the limitlessness beyond. It is now known that imagination is a faculty of perception. Imagination is the doorway to the spiritual world, the cosmic world, and many dimensions beyond. It is also believed that this doorway of imagination is a two-way passage, meaning not only can we pass through the doorway of imagination to limitlessness, but also things from limitlessness can pass through the doorway of imagination to us. People, places, events, and circumstances may not be driven only by chance, but by our own imagination and the imagination of others, including our entire community, state, nation, and planet. The totality of the power of imagination, when plugged into our intention and lit up with thought, is yet unknown and not fully understood. Imagination is so astounding that we cannot even imagine the implications. As Earl Nightingale once observed, imagination is everything. Imagination is spoken of in every culture in the world. It is mentioned in all the mystical writings. It is taught in art and also the sciences. Imagination is also used in practical applications for construction, marketing, business, architecture, and more. There's not one single part of human experience that doesn't have a connection to imagination. From cognitive sciences to spiritual exhortations, from higher awareness teaching to pet training, we find references to that mysterious power we call imagination. Albert Einstein encouraged his students to always work with imagination. Einstein himself spoke of his own imagination work that included seeing himself riding on a photon of energy to the farthest reaches of the universe. There's a common quote from Einstein which states, "Imagination is more powerful than knowledge because knowledge is limited and imagination has no limit." In biofeedback training, for example, it is not unusual for a person to be asked to imagine their skin temperature to be very hot. As a result, measurements show their skin temperature rise 6 degrees to 8 degrees above normal. Imagination is used as a common aid to assist in cancer remission, to assist in solving crimes, to provide remote viewing ability, and as a resource in self-hypnosis, and to help an individual to construct a powerful and dynamic life. The use of imagination is all-powerful. Creativity is the source of all we know, see, and hear, and feel. Imagination doesn't fade away. It revolves, it convolutes, it evolves. It spins and stills, does and doesn't. It's full of meaninglessness and meaning. Interesting and boring, educative and deceptive, full and empty, and sometimes at the same time fades in, then out again. Remember, imagination is the eyes of the soul. So therefore, while you contemplate and access more of your imagination, try and create many things. If you cannot decide on what to create, investigate ideas you're thinking presently and ask yourself, would this be great if this was true? And remember, imagination is you. The birth of an idea in your mind and the birth of a star in distant space both arise from the same field of creation. What is imagination? It is simply everything. It's as if imagination is God, everywhere, all the time, everything. First, we realize that we are powerful creative beings, and our lives are a direct reflection of the use of our creative spirit, our imagination. Once we begin to realize the enormous power of imagination that we all carry with us, we start to realize that infinite creative intelligence didn't build a pathway leading nowhere. Creative power, the ability to bring into existence things that enhance life quality, life experience. That is the result of correct use of our imagination. Every 7 seconds, an idea dies in the heart of someone. Stop ideacide and start imagining and creating and giving. Shared imagination is what holds together economies, societies, and companies. Make a conscious expectation that you will have daily insights. What you're seeking is seeking you. Build on what you know now and expand your awareness to greater imagination. A strong imagination bestows opportunity. Imagination follows your focus. What's most important at the moment? That is where you'll find your imagination focusing. The single most powerful way to harness your imagination is through a pen and paper. It is important to note that literally all highly creative types in history employed the use of a notebook. This includes Van Gogh, Matisse, Plato, Picasso, Hemingway, and of course we can't forget the famous notebooks of Thomas Edison and Leonardo da Vinci. To access your imagination, you must access your notebook. To access your imagination is to question, to ask, to inquire. Here are some questions you might want to write down in your notebook and seek answers for. What is your creative idea or project? Name your creative idea or project. What are you trying to accomplish? How are you trying to accomplish it? How much do you believe in your creative project? The ideas will begin to breathe and live and exist in ink and paper in your notebook. You will refer back to each idea again and again. Don't just write down an idea and never look at it. It is through the collection of your ideas that you will be motivated to take action, because through action you will see the results you are seeking. The ideas in your notebook will begin to beckon you to take action, to review again, to call you to create what you want. And wherever you go, bring your notebook and pen with you. If you visit a friend's house, have it with you. If you go to the grocery store, have it with you. At the bank, in the line, write down ideas that you're getting. Keep your notebook with you, and you will begin to create a powerful imagination that is harnessed for your good.